Jambo. Hello, thank you for joining me for a virtual dose of vitamin Z as we bring the Detroit Zoo to you. My name is David, educator and storyteller with the Detroit Zoological Society. Today, we are talking about the evergreen trees in the winter. And this is the original story was written by Florence Holbrook. Many years ago, a great and cold winter descended on the land. And the birds, as they do every year at this time, took to the skies to travel south in search of warmer weather. But there was one bird who could not travel south, a small bird who had broken his wing in the fall. As the land became colder and colder, the little bird began to grow worried and fearful about what would happen to him. He could not take to the skies in search of warmer weather, and the ground was no place for a bird of his size. Nervous and unsure of what to do, he sought refuge in the trees as he did when he was just a hatchling in his parents' nest. First, he traveled to the birch tree and asked the mighty white wood, "Bright white birch, the winter will be harsh and cold. May I please rest in your leaves for the winter?" Birch tree stood before the bird and scoffed, "If you leave my leaves, they may fall off. I cannot let that happen." Then he traveled to the mighty old oak and asked, "Mighty and tall oak, the winter will freeze my body without warmth. Please, may I sleep in your strong branches?" The oak shook in the wind and said, "If you rest on my branches, you may ruin the color the fall paints among my leaves. I cannot allow that, for I love its beauty." The bird fluttered and hopped away, alone and cold, without a place to call his own. The tall pine tree, taller than all others, peered over and saw the bird. "My friend, my small little bird, what is wrong?" asked the pine. "I'm small and alone. I cannot fly and free the cold of the winter to come. I seek refuge in the bushy leaves of the trees." "But they do not let me," said the bird. The pine wondered and thought. Then he said to the bird, "My friend, my leaves are small and my branches short, but my strong body may shield you yet from the cold winds, and you may resist. You may nest inside of the crooks of my bark to stay warm in the winter nights. I do not mind this." And thus the bird chirped in joy and leaped into the tree where he could live for the winter months. Winter itself was moved by this show of kindness. And enraged by the other trees' hubris, in the coming weeks, as the temperature dropped further and further, winter sent its wings through the forest and knocked down the leaves of each and every tree outside of the way of the kite and tall pine. To this very day, winter knocks down the leaves of these trees each and every year to remind them to be kind to those who need shelter from the cold. That, my friends, is why the chickadee does not fly south to escape harsh winters. He finds refuge in the evergreen trees, like the tall pine tree. What lesson do we learn from our story? First of all, we need to show mercy and empathy to the needy. Share with the less fortunate. Respect even the smallest and weak. And that, my friends, is the end of our story about the evergreen trees. And for more virtual dose of vitamin Z, please visit the Detroit Zoo website and Facebook Live. And until next time, goodbye. Kwaheri.